revisiting a controversial scumbags video, a new sport that's already killed someone, plus a new bonus video every Tuesday. I'm in the Discord daily, and more at patreon.com/doseofbuckley. I want you to close your eyes. This is really going to save me time making slides. And imagine, you're 20 years old. Since you learned to walk, you've been training to become the very best, like no one ever was. Your entire life has been school and sports. No time for friends, no time for fun. Your life is pain and pressure, failure and hard lessons in the pursuit of greatness. But it's all paid off. There you are, standing on the podium of all podiums. You are an Olympic gold medalist. You are the single best fucking athlete in the world at your sport. There is no one better than you. Not at this moment in time. And what does the rest of the world think about you? Open your eyes, because it's this. All a man needs in life is a happy mid-girl like this. Why have they turned the Winter Games into the goonbait Olympics? So we're just not supposed to call this goonbait? In case you have friends, a job, and a family that can look you in the eye when they speak to you, gooning refers to masturbating. Or more accurately, masturbating slowly in a way to make it last longer. Before I go any further, and boy do I have further to go, I should probably explain who these women are. Most of this discussion will center around two ladies. First, Alysa Liu, 2025 World Figure Skating Champion and the winner of 2 gold medals at the 2026 Olympics. She began skating at the age of 5 years old, so literally 15 years of her life given to the sport, and she's only 20. The other, Eileen, a freestyle skier who won 3 gold medals and 3 silvers between the 2022 and 2026 Olympics. A gold medalist at the World Championships and X Games in 2021, she put a pair of skis on for the first time at 3 years old and won her first national championship at the age of 9. 2 insanely accomplished athletes, both innovators in their field too. But never mind all that shit, which one would you fuck? The Alysa Liu, Eileen moment might be the clearest proof that men aren't as shallow as people claim, begins a post that doesn't even come close to understanding irony. Eileen's an international model. Alysa looks like the cute goth girl from your history class. So many of these people can't progress past high school. And yet, men are overwhelmingly swooning for Alysa just because she's bubbly. I won't read this whole rambling nonsense to you, but men are fawning over Alysa because she's genuine and real, joyful, approachable, lovely. Eileen wouldn't look at most of us unless we were rich and handsome. And if she did, we'd wonder what she really wanted. Alysa would giggle at our jokes. What the fuck are you talking about? This is the pinnacle of parasocial behavior. They've made entire scenarios in their head about 2 people they know absolutely nothing about, making one of them some sort of villainess because she has features that make her look like the hot girl in an 80s comedy that rejects the nerds, while suggesting the other one would be some fantasy ditz. Oh, guy who calls himself Skeletor on the internet, you're so funny. When the reality is that there's no scenario where either of these women would ever speak to you. Not because you're ugly, or you don't shower, or your only other interest besides internet porn is looking at train schedules, those don't help, but because, as I previously explained, for the entirety of their lives, they have been devoted to sports excellence. Alysa Liu is receiving backlash after people notice she has a back tattoo. Alysa Liu is a Satanist and has a Baphomet tattoo. We were supposed to get married and have kids. Heartbreak emoji. Buckley, that's clearly a joke. He didn't actually think he was going to get married to her. No, but he did make up some innocent personality for her because of her hair and piercing and face shape and was disappointed it wasn't true. Let's go back to Skeletor. Ladies, men care about how a woman makes them feel and how real she is, and they'll avoid even a gorgeous model for the woman who's unapologetically herself. Yes, I'm sure the first thing on either of these women's minds after winning gold medals, beating the world's best athletes, was, oh, I hope men will consider me approachable. How can I make men feel good? If only there was some guy on Twitter who's never seen a female breast in person who could tell me. You know, I'm thankful for these idiots because the Winter Olympics didn't produce nearly as many funny moments as the summer ones did. We didn't have a breakdancer that looked like a wounded animal, or the Turkish shooter, or a guy getting his dick caught on a pole vault bar. Best we got was a new sport where they had to run up a hill wearing skis and a backpack. And this. To my fellow females who were maturing in the 90s and 2000s when visibly protruding hip bones were considered part of the ideal body type, how much is Gen Z healing you? Gold fucking medalist. And it's not just the incels. Even the fucking body positivity movement people have to make it about themselves. So glad this woman with an insanely athletic body won, so I could point to her when people call me fat. Then you have this poor woman. Jake Paul's girlfriend, Yuta Leardom, reacts to breaking an Olympic record and winning gold in the women's 1,000 meter speed skating final. She's an absolute smoke show and she settled for Jake Paul? She brought a lot to the table for Jake Paul to wipe her up. Yuta is the holder of an Olympic record and co-holder of a world record in speed skating, a multi-time world champion, and now an Olympic gold medalist. Oh, she's porking Jake Paul. What a lucky girl. Listen, guys, my dick's not broken. Yes, they're all attractive women. Of course they are. They're the most athletic humans in the world. They train like 8 hours a day. But to reduce them to goonbait and use them in a discussion on how they should cater to the feelings of men really shows that porn addiction might be a thing online. Like, these people can't even see an Olympic athlete without going, but how does this make me feel when I jerk off to it? It's also a funny demonstration of people wanting what they can't have. Like, there is an endless amount of women online who want you to jerk off to them. Endless. The Hawk Tua girl is even now selling feet pics and taking duck-face pictures with her tits out. And instead, guys are like, oh, but this girl in a winter coat with string in her mouth. Holy fuck, where's my lotion? Now, I'm not saying there's some sort of virtuous characters who don't have sex. As we know from past years, Olympic Village is basically one giant orgy. One funny story that did come out of this year's Olympics, there was a condom shortage. 10,000 Johnnies had been distributed amongst the 2,800 athletes competing, and that wasn't enough. We can confirm that condom supplies in the Olympic villages were temporarily depleted due to higher than anticipated demand. They ran out after only a few days. 3.5 condoms on average per person, or 7 condoms per person if it was just the men taking them. For these fuckos on Twitter, 7 condoms would be a lifetime supply. In fact, when you die, the estate cleanup people will pack them up along with your collection of anime statues. So, these athletes, they are fucking, just not you. Never you. They're having sex with other high-level athletes, those snobs, only wanting to give their bodies to other young, incredibly fit, world-class men, and Jake Paul. But you know, the fact that Alysa Liu, Eileen Gu, or any other female Olympic athlete will never give you the time of day, think of it as dodging a bullet. You don't want them anyway. I mean, of course you do. You'd love to flop your sweaty, skittle-filled body on top of them for a bit, sure. But after your sad little penis has coughed up a few half-dead sperm coming out of you like, then what? You could never date them. What would you talk about? My British viewers might be familiar with the show Richard Osman's House of Games. It's a light entertainment general knowledge quiz show where they invite 4 celebrities to play to win like a fucking dartboard or a fondue set with Richard Osman's face on it. British TV is weird, but they routinely have Olympians or high-level athletes on, and they always lose to the stand-up comedians because they don't know fuck all. They have practically no other interests. Their entire lives are devoted to their sport. In an interview with Cosmo, they asked Alysa about dating. Again, stupid as fuck. Hey, you're the greatest figure skater in the world. Seeing anyone? Great journalism. But she said, A, her standards are quite high. Sorry, Skeletor, she's probably closer to what you made up for Eileen. And B, my schedule is pretty hectic. If I were to date someone, we'd each have to make tons of sacrifices. Alysa isn't going to be sitting on the couch watching anime with you while you eat cereal out of your blue bowl. Only the blue bowl, only ever the blue bowl. And she can't discuss world politics or current affairs or pop culture. The only thing she knows is skating. Your dream girl would be a nightmare. Almost never home, you jealous as fuck as she spends weeks away competing with athletes going through 10,000 condoms in less than a week, And when she is home, you're bored out of your mind listening to her talk about triple sow cows or whatever the fuck. Which is the healthier delusion to live your life under? That she would like you if only she'd give you a chance? Or that you reject her because it just wouldn't work out? Whichever one helps you cope with the fact that you'll never experience gold medal poon. You'll be lucky to get a pity tug from a girl who got a participation ribbon in summer camp.